What's up, it's Matthew, and I wanted to make a quick guide on how I completed the Trouble Brewing collection log with a very AFK method that gives you roughly 15 minutes of AFK for each game. It is pretty slow. It does take some time. I think it took me about 3 weeks of AFKing this consistently, but it is very AFK, and you can do other things while you are getting the points for these collection log slots. To get here, you need to have the Cabin Fever quest done and at least level 40 cooking. And the way I get here is with the minigame teleport to Trouble Brewing, but you can also use a Mossly Harmless teleport scroll and run from Mossly Harmless, or the regular Mossly Harmless teleport and run over here as well. Once you're here, you want to make sure you're on the mass world, which is world 304. It's where the games are usually going on. And then you'll have a bank chest to deposit items, and you'll have Honest Jimmy, who you trade for the items. And the currency for this is called Pieces of 8. So you need Pieces of 8 to buy the items from the store. And if you also click Join Team on Honest Jimmy, he will throw you in the blue team or the red team based on which one is needing more balancing. But you can also go to the red team door or the blue team door and join the crew of that team manually if you'd like to. The reason that's important, and the reason I have the red team captain highlighted, is because the red team tends to win more games than the blue team. That's not always going to happen, but if you win the game, you get bonus points at the end of the game as well, which is really helpful. So to get started, we will just click Join Team on Honest Jimmy. It'll throw us in a game, and you can see a game's already going on. The game midpoint is in 1 minute. It sometimes will ask you if you want to join mid-game. You can, you don't have to, but you might as well. I think you get less points whenever you join mid-game. I believe they are cut in half, but less points is still better than no points if you're just going to be standing here anyways. So you join one of the teams. You wait until it either asks you to be put in, like it just did here, and now I'm in the game. So what do you do once you're in the game? So you want to highlight or mark this tool bench if you don't have it, and you click Take Tool. And what we're doing is we're going to get our full inventory of buckets. I've used Shift right click to change my left click to Take 5. So I'm just going to spam Take 5. Now with both teams, there will be this little water faucet or water pump, and you can mark that too if you want. You will just use your bucket on the water pump, and you will wait for your character to fill up your entire inventory of buckets. Now, at the top right here, I have Pieces of 8 Contribution. This is a plugin that's just called Trouble Brewing. That's all it is. So download the Trouble Brewing plugin, and it will just show you an overlay of Pieces of 8 with contribution in total, and this will help you track where you are. Now, once you have a full inventory of buckets, you will come back to your ladder inside of your little cabin, and you will climb up, and you're going to look for the hopper that has a water bucket. And again, I have it marked on both teams as well, so it's really easy for me to find. But you'll want to look for the hopper that has a water bucket. You will use your water bucket on the hopper, and you will empty your water bucket into the hopper. And you'll see my contribution at the top right here is going up, and our goal is to get that to 100. So basically what that means is you're going to do 4, it's really like 3.5, but 4 inventories of buckets of water to get to 100 contribution. Once you're at 100 contribution, you can just stand here, and you'll see there's a huge stack of people who've already finished. They're all just standing here because once you hit 100 contribution, you are capped, right? So you hit 100 contribution, and then you can just stand here until the end of the game, which I joined mid-game, and there's 9 minutes left. It takes roughly 1.5 minutes for each inventory of buckets of water. So multiply that by 4, you're looking at roughly 6 minutes of actually doing something, and then 14 or so minutes of just standing there waiting for the game to end. So everything else you see, you can ignore. So we'll see people running around doing other things. They are making rum, and you can see there's a rum counter on the top right with the Trouble Brewing plugin as well. But we don't need to worry or concern ourselves with that. We are just focused on these buckets of water, because as long as you get 100 contribution with buckets of water, you will get 100 Pieces of 8 at the end of the game. Whether you win or lose, it does not matter. You get 100 Pieces of 8. If you win, you get additional Pieces of 8 based on how much rum your team made. So you see the current score is 13-0 for the red team. And like I said, the red team wins most of the time. And this is pretty much it. It is just join the game and fill your inventory with buckets, use them on the water faucet, come upstairs, deposit them in the hopper. You do that 4 times, and then you can just AFK for like 15 minutes. It is fantastic. Other than that, A couple things to note. Sometimes people will troll your team and come set the hoppers on fire. You can deal with those if you want to. I personally didn't. I just stood there and waited for someone else to fix them. So it really, again, this minigame really just, it depends on how you want to play it. If you want to really AFK it, this is how I did it. And it took me quite a while, but you can actively play the game if you would prefer to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as the actual rewards themselves, so for the pieces of 8 right now, you need 39,590 pieces of 8 to complete the log if you have no log slots done already. That includes all of the different outfits, the flags, and the other small things like the rum and what's called the stuff, which is used for, I think, hops brewing. If you have any questions, let me know. Love to help answer them. And until the next one, see you later.